I said hell no. One more time, I said hell no. Two more times, I said hell no. I said hell no.
Welcome everybody to the Ashcan Boys podcast. And that was Jamal. This episode of Ashcan Boys is brought to you by the sweet, sweet sounds of Jamal singing about eating booty crack and denying it for the first time.
You gotta eat.
You can find that album on the RCA Records.
Find that joint on Spotify next to the Ashcan Boys podcast.
Yeah, right. What's up, nigga?
What up? What up? We back, bro.
Yeah, bro.
We saw some shit. We a lot of shit's been going on since the last episode.
Yeah. A lot of stuff did happen since the last episode.
Yeah. What you been into?
Pretty much nothing.
Talk about a bait and switch.
Yeah, pretty much nothing. Right. I did some cool San Diego Comic-Con stuff.
Yeah. Well, I could say that, like,
Yeah.
not anything personal stuff, but I'm talking about, like,
I mean, a lot of people are gonna be like, you went to San Diego Comic-Con, that was cool. Yeah, I did it from YouTube from my house.
Yeah, right.
And that was nice.
They go watch the highlights.
Right. I ordered some stuff that I saw on YouTube that I was like
severely overpriced.
Yeah. I bought it on TikTok Shop, so I'm pretty sure I got the cheap version. But whatever.
Fuck. They got to do something about those San Diego Comic-Con prices. That shit is fucking nuts.
I mean, you know why it's crazy? It's nuts, fool, because niggas will pay that shit. That's why. Motherfucker, look,
it's like once in a lifetime shit that you can get at the San Diego Comic-Con.
Right.
But
you know
goddamn,
what I mean?
you will find that shit like months later or weeks later for like cheaper.
Yeah, this is very true, bro. This is very true. Matter of fact, everybody.
Shout out 901 Comics, 901 Toys, even though y'all fired me. But it's all right.
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, anyway, go shop with them if y'all want some of that shit.
All right, so look, everybody, this is gonna be our San Diego Comic-Con episode.
Yeah, dude.
Right? And we're gonna talk about some of the stuff that we saw, some of the stuff that we thought was cool, some of the cosplays, that were pretty amazing. We're gonna talk about that.
It's gonna go be really Marvel heavy.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a Marvel heavy episode. So don't fret, everyone, because we will have these DC episodes if I have anything to fucking do with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. Excited. But anyway, all right. So,
yeah, dude.
Yeah. So
there was a lot that happened at fucking San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Without announcing too early what happened, let's talk about.
Wait a minute.
Matter of fact, before
wait a minute. San Diego Comic-Con's already fucking happened, bro.
I'm talking about. I don't want to announce too much of what's happened before we get to that part. I want to talk about the preamble. Let's talk about what we saw. Yeah. We both saw this past couple weeks ago. Actually, at this point, we saw Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
And what was your thoughts about it?
It was okay. I gave it a 3 out of 10.
This nigga here.
Yeah, it was.
Why do you have to be like this? Why can't you just enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it.
As bad as they were, I enjoyed some of the DC stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was still better than Dune, so it's fine.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just joking. It was actually pretty. It was pretty dope. The funny thing is this: I got to see a advanced screening. You know what I'm saying, like the first 40 minutes type shit. And, that was dope. And the biggest question I kept having, even in that first 40 minutes, was like, how in the fuck much money did this shit cost, bro? Like, these niggas was pulling folks. This is how, I felt like this movie was a movie that stood out in the fact of, this is what it means to have good friends in Hollywood type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like Ryan Reynolds, I don't know, bro. He sometimes he get a bad rap for shit, sometimes he get a good rap for shit. But it's like the fact that he can call on some people and just be like, "Hey, can you fuck with me on something?" Yeah. Like how Brad Pitt did.
And they just show the fuck up.
Yeah, Brad Pitt did that jump for a cup of coffee, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like he just showed up just to get killed.
Yeah, bro. But it's like, you know what I mean? But it's cool, and it's like I feel like the same shit happened in 3. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers, he was just like, "Hey, you'll fuck with me on, you know what I'm saying? You'll fuck with me on this." Hey, Cavill, you ain't doing shit, bro. Just act like you playing on a motorcycle, pretend like you got claws and shit. Fuck with me.
Smoke this cigar right quick.
Do that shit that you did in fucking in Mission Impossible when you got ready to, you what I'm saying, cock your arms ass shit.
Shoot your cuffs.
Yeah, bro, that shit was hard.
So the budget for Deadpool Wolverine was $200 million.
To be honest, bro, that ain't a lot.
It's not, but the box office what they made off it was $824.1 million.
Now this is a wild thing to me. I think, to be honest,
that's
with
almost $1 billion.
It is, but here go the wild shit, bro. Like, I really felt like niggas is thinking that this joint was finna cross the $1 billion mark, though. I feel
might.
like,
It just might.
it will. But I'm saying, in a sense of this, though, right?
Yeah.
Only in the sense of the fact that, like, and the only reason I feel like it hasn't already, is simply for the fact of, like, so think about it. Pretty much like people had kind of gave up on Marvel for a second.
You know
what I'm saying? They was giving up on them for a minute.
But not too long, though.
Yeah, well,
everybody was kind of just waiting until the next big thing happened.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. Like, Marvel was dropping shit, and the shit was failing like a motherfucker.
Yeah, because it's side story stuff that nobody really just cares too much about, but it adds to the story.
I get it. But, yeah, I'm saying I get it. But at the same time, it was like, niggas, even with the TV shows, the shit, motherfuckers really didn't give a fuck. And then when the shit was, movies were dropping, niggas was like, man, this shit lame, bro. This shit whack. I do not want to watch this. Case in point, Thor, Love and Thunder. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was like
shit
like
that.
What,
you know what I mean?
3 years ago?
I don't know, fool. I think it was like maybe 2.
Something like that. That shit was just fucking stupid.
But even in the same token, right? This movie should have already crossed the $1 billion mark. In my opinion, it should have already done it. But at the same time, we are in a space to where it's like niggas was like, no, I gotta test it out.
Yeah.
If my partner and them say it was hard, I'm gonna go see it.
They made their money back like 4 times over. So I consider that a success.
But here go the thing, though.
It doesn't have to necessarily reach $1 billion, but it's made his money back like 4 times over.
Oh, yeah. The thing about it is this, bro. It was no way this movie was not going to make his money back with the fact that, like, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, both of these niggas are fucking golden tickets at Hollywood. That's for real.
And then when you hit the cameos that was in that bitch.
Exactly. Because, look, niggas did not go to the movie. Niggas went to the movies to be like, oh, Deadpool and Wolverine teaming up. But it's like, we already kind of knew what to expect because we saw in the second gen Deadpool and Cable team up in a sense. Yeah. And it was like, okay, they gave us a lot. So
I'm surprised they didn't bring him back in this one either.
I mean, to be honest, I'm surprised that they didn't, but I'm also very glad that they didn't at the same time because they already took care and answered that shit at the very beginning. When he came to the 616 using the fucking time portal shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But then he went back to the future or something like that, I guess. Or whatever he did.
Well, he go the thing, though. That's what everybody keeps saying. People did not realize that already, okay, when the start of the show come on, the nigga go talk to Happy. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't seen the movie, you late as hell.
That's funny. We're gonna be doing spoiler heavy shit on this.
He go talk to Happy already from the jump, right?
And so you see all those little cameos and things.
So think about something. And Easter eggs. That's before the TVA come and snatch him up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, so, he had to get home before that. He had that birthday party and they
right. But I'm saying that was before the TVA snatched him up. So he went to a different time period, not a different timeline.
Many different time periods. Well, it was different timelines too because they went and saw all those different Wolverines.
That was before the TVA came. I'm talking about him talking to Happy and shit. That was before the TVA came. You see what I'm saying?
That was in the second timeline.
Right. So basically, what they saying is this. To be honest with you, let's just be real, okay?
Okay.
That in the sacred timeline, Logan, the one who died, that was in the sacred timeline.
He wasn't there.
Right? Exactly. So, because what made no sense.
Well, no, I would say this. What? The old man Logan was their timeline because that's where he started out.
Exactly. Because that's where he originally started, right? So, in that case, now we know, okay, he's not in that same timeline no more.
Yeah.
He brought the people to the 616 because he was obviously in the 616 when he went and talked to Happy. Right?
Yeah.
All he had at the time was the time travel device. Time travel device, not the timeline device. Time travel device.
I mean, when you go back in time and fuck with stuff, you automatically create a new timeline.
But here's the thing. He was in the 616 talking to Happy. And remember, his girlfriend was like, ever since you went and talked to Happy and them about joining the Avengers and they said no, it was like, okay, so that's where he at. So at the end of the movie, he bring Logan back and all the other shit. So Logan, fucking Hugh Jackman, is in the 616 along with Deadpool in the 616. That means that that most of those people are in that jump now. You see what I'm saying? So, Boom. There it is. Right there.
We're kind of getting in the weeds on that shit.
I mean, it is, but it ain't no stretch, though.
I mean, I would have to watch it again so I can actually, like, get the definitive, like, I've only seen it, like, the one time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I gotta sit there and watch it again, man. But for the initial take on it, when I actually watched it for the first time all together, it was a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it was. I bullshitted y'all when I said that 3 out of 10. That John was definitely. To be on a real scale, I give it like probably a 7.5, 8 out of 10.
I would give it an 8.5, light 8.5.
Man, say a light 8.5. Nigga, is it 8.5 or not?
It's a light 8.5.
Is it 8.3?
8.4.
Nigga, shut your ass up.
It's just 1 point. Yeah. I'll give it a 8.5 to a 9 because I really just enjoyed it. I didn't really have too many expectations coming into it. I heard there were going to be a lot of like cameos and Easter eggs and stuff going on like that. But after I saw it and I saw the cameos and the Easter eggs, it bumped me up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I haven't seen fucking Blade in fucking forever.
Who was the most like off the wall? You was like, yo, this nigga's in the movie? Like who?
Yeah, dude.
Besides Blade, because I know
Channing Tatum as fucking Gambit.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Because he did fucking vying for that fucking part for the longest fucking time.
To be honest, fool, I'm glad the question got answered.
And he played that shit. He played that shit, bro.
He played the funny half. I was like, yo, this is Channing Tatum if he was dressed up as Gambit in 21 Jump Street. Like, this is that's what that shit reminded me of, to be honest.
Well, with a slicker ass fucking accent.
Bro, that accent was horrible.
He was like,
that accent was horrible.
What the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, bro. I was like, who the fuck is your acting coach, bro? Like, he was on his ass for that.
What are you even saying, dude?
But it was also kind of funny to see him as that, because it's also, to me, hilarious that, like, to see Channing Tatum like that.
Oh, and also fucking Electra.
Well, yeah. I mean, that too. But, like, seeing Channing Tatum as Gambit, bro, and seeing him in that costume, I was like, one, that costume was accurate as fucking.
As fuck, to the 97 Super.
Right, I fuck with it, right. But here go the other thing that I was like, yo, this is funny. Channing Tatum is low-key a buff dude.
Yeah.
Right?
They had to figure out a way to slim him down a little bit.
I don't even think they tried to slim him down. Because, like, really, when I saw it, I was like, bro, this is a straight-up, like...
buff-ass Gambit.
Yeah, fool. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like...
This nigga been eating that Creole.
It made me be like... You know what I'm saying? I want a tall, slim... You know what I'm saying? Like a slim,
a slender kind of guy.
The reason that I say that, you know what I mean, is because, like, when they were going through, like, the little universes and shit and the cameos and shit, and they showed, like, comic accurate size Wolverine, bro.
Yeah, that shit was fucking hilarious.
That shit was hilarious, and I was like, I don't want that shit
at all.
I don't want that shit unless it's a nigga who, like, what is it? Like, I know nigga hate this shit, but, like, Daniel Radcliffe, like 5.
Tell me why I was sitting here thinking about that nigga.
Because he really short like that in real life. You know what I mean? So it's like, that shit'll be cool, but it's like, other than him, or like, man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, an old man, John, you know what I'm saying? Or be like, motherfucking Tom Cruise. But he'll never do this shit because he's small as hell. And real life, that nigga like 5'3" or some shit, 5'5" or some shit.
He couldn't pull that shit off, dude.
But
he couldn't do it.
I mean, he'll be overdoing it. Yeah. But
I'd be like, that's Tom Cruise. That's not Wolverine. Nigga.
But at the same time, though, like, Hugh Jackman do play that motherfucker, but, like, let's just answer this question real quick. Do you want to see Hugh Jackman play Wolverine for the next, let's say, 15 years type shit?
Honestly, though? I am so used to him being that. Like, I couldn't see... I mean, they could put somebody else. They had Henry Cavill. Yeah. He was in there for a hot 2 seconds, but like I couldn't see him. Yeah, I couldn't see him like playing Wolverine in the future movies. But I'm so used to Hugh Jackman being in that role, I couldn't really see anybody else. You know what I mean? Just doing that shit because he plays it so fucking well.
I mean, he do play it well. The only thing is this. Right.
I also don't want him to get burnt out on being fucking Wolverine.
I mean, yeah, that's one thing too. But also, it's like Ryan made that joke. It's like, niggas will get that Disney money for it. That Disney check is no joke. So,
dude.
Fuck that.
Fucking take that shit.
You know
I don't give a fuck how small the role is. Give me that shit.
So, like, But then now here go the other thing though, right? I think at the same time with Hugh Jackman, it kind of played into the part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of like this nigga's been around forever. Like he if he 200 years old, he should look that age at this point. He should look like he 40,
a little
50.
grizzled. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, all right, that's cool, whatever. Another 200
But
years.
the nigga don't age.
I know, but he do, but he don't. You know what I'm
He
saying?
aged so
like,
slowly.
Right. So it's like
that old man Logan is so in the distant future for him. Like it doesn't even make sense to like go back until you pull him from another universe.
Exactly, right. So it's like it makes sense, and then like I don't know. Like I'm saying it.
A lot of those dudes didn't even come from another time. They literally just came from another universe. Like
yeah.
He didn't have to go back in time or something like that.
Right.
It was just like I'm gonna pick you out from this part.
Right. Well, it's because they was already in the void and shit.
Right.
It was like.
Or no, I'm talking about when he was jumping around looking for the different Wolverines. It wasn't like different.
Oh
time.
yeah.
It wasn't like different time frames. It was just different universes.
Right.
And my favorite thing when I saw that was the patch one. When he had the eye patch and he was sitting at the fucking thing. What I wanted to see was...
I just like how he called his name. He's like, Patch.
Yeah, dude.
That was hard.
Straight shit, bro.
Hard.
I popped so hard for that shit. It's fucking Patch.
You know what would have been even harder for that scene? And
I know Grey Hulk.
Oh, my God. Like, you know what would have been funny, cool? Is if him going into like a club where Patch is at, right? Him just walking into a club, but Grey Hulk is at the door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that shit would have been hard as fuck. I know that was a lot. That would have been a lot to do.
Grey Hulk was a mob boss, so he would have probably been like fucking deep in the cut doing some shit.
Yeah, I know, but it would just been kind of funny to see him like walk past him. Or, you know what I'm saying?
See a big ass green, gray fucking thing.
Bro. Because it's like that's the one thing these niggas should have. Look. That was my biggest gripe with motherfucking Endgame and shit. Because I'm like, bro, y'all niggas, why the fuck y'all give us this Green Hulk, bro? This nigga's supposed to be gray. He chilling. He ain't fighting. Nigga arm broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, he should be gray. He chilling. Like, but whatever. Anyway.
Also, I like that they went deep into Professor Xavier's, like, lineage. Like, his sister, Cassandra. Her name in the comic books is Cassandra Cain.
Yeah.
But they called her Cassandra Nova in the...
Yeah, they changed it after, you know, DC was using Cassandra.
Oh, no. Her name's Cassandra Nova in this one.
Is it?
In the comics,
Cassandra Cain is the girl from DC.
Hold on. Let me see.
But what I will say is this, though.
Yeah, that's Batwoman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My bad.
So, like, one thing I do fuck with big time is this, though, is that, like, honestly, fool, They gave us a hint and was like, look, okay. Wolverine goes after Gambit said the shit. He was like, I'm gonna make a name for myself today.
I just fucking whips that shit
I just
out.
wanted to say it so bad. I want to make a name for myself today.
But no, he fucking
so like,
he acted his ass off in that fucking position. Though.
So look,
that shit was dope.
Right. So remember when Wolverine goes, I don't think y'all make it out of here alive, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think them niggas died, to be honest.
No, they didn't. They just went back to their universe.
Well, hold on. Well, see, I don't think they went back to their universe either. I think them niggas was still stuck in the void or whatever. Now, if it was a way, because, like, now tell me, everybody, this episode is also brought to you by Nate's Time to Make a Skit. Okay? Nate's Time to Make a Script. Here we go. All right. Now it will be a dope thing if you're like, okay, the void and shit is breaking down, blah, 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 whatever, right? And fucking Blade and them jump out, and he hop out, and when he do, he hop out into the 616, because remember, the other timelines is breaking down.
Yeah.
Remember? Now, also, remember, Blade is a nigga who can live for a long time, too. You know what I'm saying? He a vampire. You know what I mean? So it's like nigga can live for a long time. So it's like, well, how about this nigga just jump back in the 616 and then he come back and he is the Blade.
True.
He is our Blade. You feel me?
It's gonna be Marshala.
Right. But I think Marshala dropped out.
I think they're still he's still in talks.
Nah, look it up. Cause I think he dropped out, fool. He dropped out as playing in the movie.
Right.
You know
anyway,
what I'm saying? So look it up.
I'm not finna. Nah, dude.
Bruh, this is the whole part of the podcast. Jamal be lazy as hell, y'all.
I'm sitting here looking
Jamal
at comic books to tell people about.
This nigga, not even on subject of what we talking about. Welcome back, everybody. We back. We back at where we at. Jamal hasn't eaten his Michelin, so he's a little antsy.
I swear.
He's like, oh man, what do? I need some McDonald's fries. I need it.
How do I fucking spell Marshala Ali?
I don't know. You have Google. Why don't you just talk to your phone nowadays? That's what I would do.
There you go.
Yeah, because that nigga's name is long as fuck.
I swear.
So, right. The nigga's name is long as hell, and his last name is 3 letters. Like, that's crazy.
Marvel's still out here acting as oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that he dropped out because, I don't know, for whatever reason, but if he did drop out, that would be crazy.
Okay.
He did. What does it say?
As compared to Google by CBR.com, Marshala Ali is supposed to portray Blade next, is what it said.
Okay.
Yep. That's what it says, and that's 2 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe he's still in.
Yeah, hopefully so, man. I want to see him as, like, because he looks cool as a vampire. Have you ever seen him with, like, fucking sharp-ass fangs?
No.
It looks cool. It looks cool. I'm pretty sure, like, there's some guy on fucking YouTube or not YouTube, but Google who just, like, fucking superimposed. Yeah.
I mean, that would be cool. Like, I do kind of want to see him as that. But also, when I saw Wesley Snipes come back, I was kind of like, man, dog. Oh, man.
Go ahead, slide.
Right. I do want, like, an older, wiser fucking Blade. I think that shit would be hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, an older, wiser Blade. And he's like, I've been out here. I know vampires and shit out here. I've been doing this shit.
I wonder who would be his
niggas can't stop me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know, but I do know that, like, I don't know where Marvel's going with the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's add in, like, you know, Blade and the dark type people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where the direction they going, cause like they not making no Eternals 2. Thank the Lord, because that shit was garbage, yo. Right? Like, I ain't gonna look.
It just wasn't what everybody expected it to be.
Nah, so look, you want me to tell you what the movie was? I'm gonna be honest, and as a DC person, I'm gonna say this shit, and motherfucker might wring my neck, but I don't care. So here we go. The Eternals movie is essentially what, okay, fucking, like a small version of what Justice League should have been. Like, let's just be real. Eternals was a movie that written down, right?
And it sounds cool.
No, it was cool, but it was like the characters, the Marvel characters, Eternals. No one gives a shit about them at all. No one gives a fuck, right?
I kind of do.
Like but they're actually really fucking lame.
No.
Here's the
dude. Have you
never? Hang on, wait. Here's the thing. Okay, in the movie, because we're just describing the movie itself, not the comic.
Okay.
Right. So in the movie gave you very good depth and background on each character in the movie itself, right? Because you didn't need a whole long drawn out thing. You needed a dynamic between the two characters, which you got, right? Which was Icarus and Cersei, right? So you got the dynamic between them.
They should have made it a whole lot more comic accurate.
I mean, I get it, but also at the same time, if you watch that movie could have been the perfect Justice League movie, because it basically would have been the characters that you saw. Everybody got a backstory because everybody has a separate power, so on and so forth, blah, 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 yada, yada. And now we're here into the future, and this is what's going on, so on and so forth. Perfect movie. But for Marvel, that movie was very
mid.
It was, well, so here's the thing. The movie theatrically is a good movie. It theatrically is a good movie. I will say
it has its points.
Yeah, I will give it that. Theatrically is a good movie.
Is its credits.
It's really how they developed the characters, right?
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm saying that it could work for a good DC movie, because those characters have better depth than the Eternal characters, right? But
it depends, because you've never read the comic book, so you don't.
I've read a few of them, but at the same time, what I'm getting at is just movie development wise.
Well,
right?
To that, let me say this. So in that movie, I wish they spent more time understanding, because at the end of the movie, in the post credits, they reveal Thanos' brother Eros, Star Fox.
Yeah.
So what I wish y'all did in the actual movie was actually spend time talking about where they came from, or who these people are and how they got to Earth.
Who you talking about, the Eternal?
Yeah.
They did.
They really didn't. They really didn't. They kind of brushed across.
But here's the
of
thing.
it.
But
they didn't really talk about it.
You know the reason why? Because they explained it good enough.
My point is,
because you had fucking 6-7 characters that you had to fill in.
My point is, I wish they talked about where Thanos came from, because he is half deviant, half eternal.
Yeah, but he explained that shit to a sense.
If you're gonna sit here and talk about the deviants in the movie and let them be a threat, talk about why, and because you're coming off the heels of Endgame.
Yeah, I mean you're coming off the heels of it, but at that point, look, listen to what you just said.
Associated.
You're coming off of the heels. You're coming off the heels of Endgame, where you've already gone through this episode shit with Thanos. Thanos has already gotten his justice, so on and so forth. So now you're at a point to where people are like, I don't give a shit where Thanos came from, because he's not coming back.
No,
he's not coming back.
He is.
So he's like, you're like, okay, it doesn't matter
because he's immortal.
But he's not coming back in this, in the movie sense, is what we're getting at.
I think he's gonna come back. I think he's gonna make another return.
No, he's not.
I'm gonna mark it down. I'm gonna mark it down in this episode.
Okay, mark it down in this episode.
Jamal
goes.
Thanos is coming back at some point.
It's not happening.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, look. Okay, we'll give this
because Icarus flew into the sun and he can't die. He's gonna come back in the Earth machine.
But he did.
He's not dead.
But he did.
He's not dead.
Fucking dead.
He's not dead.
You know what else?
None of the Eternals could die.
You know what else?
As long as the Earth stays, they're always going to have somewhere to come back.
You know what I mean? Here's this, right? Here's the only other stupid-ass thing that happened in Eternals, right? That we're hopefully finally getting an answer to with Brave New World, right? That comes out, is the fact that there's a giant fucking celestial sticking out of the fucking Earth.
They're going to make that into the Avengers Tower. That's what happens.
They're going to, look, you know what's going to happen? They're going to be like, oh, this is where animanium comes from.
And I mean, but it happened after the asteroid hit Wakanda already. I know,
but this is what they're saying.
They get adamantium from vibranium.
But they're going to say it came from this. I promise you.
I mean, it has something to do with celestials, but it wouldn't be that direct a celestial.
I'm telling you.
I think it'll probably be another celestial.
Bro, I'm telling you that's what they're going to do. I'm telling you, that's what they're going to do.
Nah.
What? I marked that on this episode. And when we get to it, you're going to be like, holy shit.
It's going to be like
Nate
years.
was right again. It was right again.
Fucking 4 years.
Hey, look.
We don't even remember what the fuck we talking about.
I'm pretty good, dude. I am pretty good. I'm like 8 for 10.
Okay.
I'm 8 for 10.
All right, Nathan.
Yeah.
The guy who smokes more weed than I do.
Yeah, bro, because you know what? I see the bullshit that these companies are about to put out, and I call them out before they see it, or they just listen.
There are plausible things. There are plausible things that could
happen.
happen, dude. But I'm just saying, like, if they want to go for the gold, then they have to understand what these characters are and where they come from and how they work.
This is very true.
And they have to address some of these things because they're eventually at some point in a series, or like, you know what I mean, some further down movie. Because this shit's not gonna stop. Yeah, as long as Marvel stays a business, they're always gonna be churning out content as far as visual stuff. Like, of course, comic books are always gonna be here, but like when they actually want to expound on stuff like that, they're gonna start. I mean, they're gonna keep progressing the story, so it could be like something near current stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they already kind of do that with Civil War. And they had fucking the Thunderbolts. That's kind of like all recent 2000s stuff.
Yeah, which all the Thunderbolts is Marvel's version of Suicide Squad.
And then they got Red Hulk coming in. That was like a fucking 2008, 2009.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. But it's like, this should have been a long time coming. And it's like now, but see, even with the Hulk shit, bro, niggas got to go in and fix shit because they made the Hulk look like a bitch. And then brought in his son that we ain't seen nothing else with.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? You brought in She-Hulk, who then fucked up the characters in Thor and all this other shit. You're like, all right, fool. Okay.
Whatever.
So niggas got to fix that shit. So, like, if they can fix that, honestly, look, let's just be real, bro. Drop Mark Ruffalo ass and bring back Edward Norton. Get your shit together. Quit being a little dick and shit. You know what I'm saying? Apologize for whatever bullshit you did, because I'm sure you did something, nigga. So stop it. You know what I mean? Bring them back. And bring back the look of the Incredible Hulk, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit was popping. That shit was fucking hard. That nigga was, I'm like, bro, that
fight with him in Abomination.
Bruh, let's be honest, bro. Because, like, the Hulk, the way he looked in Incredible Hulk, I was like, yo, this motherfucker looks menacing.
Yeah, I still want to rewatch that bitch.
Yeah, bro. Because when you see him, bro, he terrifying.
Yeah.
And it's honestly a movie that
he don't look like a bitch.
Right. It's a movie that start off and it's like you don't get you get a backstory, but you don't get a backstory. Like you like, oh, I know where he came from, like giving you flashbacks and shit. But at the same time,
because by this time you already know where the Hulk came
exactly.
From. You already know. It's just like Spider-Man.
Exactly.
And
so
Iron Man and all
you didn't
that
need that backstory.
Yeah.
So then it's like you seeing him when the man turned into the Hulk at that college fool, and I'm like,
he fucking kicked that dude through the fucking window.
The shade of green he had, fool. And then
it looked realistic. It looked like it would be a fleshy green.
Right. His stance was like I don't know, fool. It was like a real like a buff ass college.
It was
like,
intimidating.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just thinking college because that's where you get. But I'm like, he buff as fuck like that in a real stance. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then like, bro, it was something about the hair. It was something about his hair, like the hair being just a little bit longer, and then like they made it move and shit. That shit right there, I was like, yo. This nigga
they spent some time on that shit.
Right, he looked like a fucking
menace.
A man who turned into a fucking beast.
Yeah,
like
dude. Who don't know how to control that shit.
Right, fool. And like, bro, when the man was stopping this shit from the helicopter and the sound and shit, I'm like, bro, this shit is hard. And Mark Ruffalo came in, and it was like, I ain't gonna say Mark didn't do his shit, but it was like he did not. Yeah. At the same time,
they colored him up. They didn't make him seem more realistic.
Yeah, they made him.
So like,
they made him feel cartoony.
Yeah.
Like, and I did not like that.
Like the '96 fucking Hulk.
Yeah, fool. Yeah. It felt like a mix of Incredible Hulk and the Eric Bana joint. That's what it felt like.
Now, I will say this in the defense of Eric Bana joint. Okay, so as far as like a cartoony, like fucking like you got Incredible Hulk and you got some emotional shit. Like, of course, they didn't write it as well as they could have, but this was the time period where they were just churning out shit.
I mean, that is true. That is a time period when they were churning out stuff, but it was like, now, me personally,
I also had X-Men that just came out like a couple years prior.
Yeah, see, like, I don't hate
I think X-Men or X-Men 2.
I don't hate on that early 2000s Hulk joint.
Yeah.
And the reason I never hate on that joint is simply for the fact of that that early 2000s Hulk joint, I was hyped for.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yo, the Hulk, like the what? It's like it's not a dude playing in a suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is actually like a CG fucker.
Yeah. So it's like I was excited about it, and then it was like they did it. I think it was Ang Lee who did that movie, but they did it in like this whole like comic book style.
Yeah. Where they had the little panels. And shit.
And I was like, yo, it was cool.
They could have made those transitions a lot easier, but I digress. That was
it
was a movie of its time.
Right. But now, as I grew older, and you start seeing better graphics, and you're like, damn, that movie did kind of suck. Or whatever, you know what I mean? But it was like
if you look at it now.
Yeah, you look at it now, you kind of like, yo, that junk still.
It kind of fucking does it.
Yeah, it was still kind of hard. Though.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
I mean, it's fucking vibrant as shit, and it doesn't need to be.
Right.
Like I think they fixed that in the Edward Norton movie. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
that's kind of like a counterbalance to it.
Because also at the same time, you gotta think like we was coming off. Like, even though X-Men came out as a movie that was like, yo, this is superheroes, but it's like. They kind of serious and like less campy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Whereas like Hulk
brings you back to fucking Deadpool.
Hulk came out as a movie though that was like this John is kind of straight up campy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True shit.
So
like it was emotional, but it was pretty. Funny.
Yeah, right. So it was like that was the problem.
And then like in the newer like Hulk stuff with fucking Mark Ruffalo, I hate that they don't have a chance to just like go through his emotional depth. It's kind of always just been topical with him. You know
right, yeah, like, exactly. Because I'm
I'm Mark Ruffalo 1 minute. Oh, I'm Hulk now.
Right, and I feel like if it was Edward Norton, and I know that Edward Norton is a nigga who like to come in and change scripts and talk too much. But Edward, if you could just come in and not do that, and just fucking, and you would just come in and just be like, look, I'm gonna play the role, but like. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just act that shit out, fool. Really act that shit, and like
we know you're a good actor.
Yeah,
dude.
bro. We know you can. You know what I mean? It took me a long time not to really like you as an actor, because I ain't like I was like, this nigga broke a nigga teeth on the curb.
Yeah,
in the movie.
I was just
like,
thinking.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck this dude,
True
but
shit,
I ain't gonna
bro.
lie, I do fuck with you in your movies.
Nigga curves off the shit out.
But
that
like,
mother.
yeah, bro, just come back as Hulk, bro. And I'm sorry, Mark, but you gotta get up out of here, dog. Like
for a hot 2 seconds.
Yeah, just for a minute, like.
I want to know who the dude who playing his son though.
To be honest, I don't even care. I don't even care. Put that was not in the 616. Yeah. That was somewhere else. That was at a damn fucking that was whatever universe that Fast and Furious exists, and the nigga eating barbecue outside, waiting on Toretto to pull up. That crazy. Was not in our universe.
Because at some point they have to do World Breaker Hulk, like who cracked the like East Coast with a stomp kind of thing.
I mean,
it's like Hulk is one of his most like strongest.
I mean, that'd be cool. I mean, we really don't have to do that.
But you already have Planet Hulk. You have Scar. You have the person who helped make Scar in the background. But like that's literally like right on the toes of what's coming as far as Hulk goes. Like it has to be. Like, cause fucking dude, just to see Hulk just rage the fuck out and just like fucking kill a fucking coast.
Yeah, I mean, I know that'd be crazy.
Man, please. I just can't. Cause I'm a big Hulk fan. I can't wait till fucking Hulk like actually expands. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I know it would be fucking dope.
Yeah, it would be. But what I was gonna say about that brings us back to fucking Deadpool.
Oh yeah. What are your final thoughts on the Deadpool joint?
Well, no, we haven't even really just talked about everything.
Yeah, well, we're at the end of the episode, so what are your final thoughts?
Goddamn. Well, to bring all that conversation to fucking Deadpool, I like that they had a cameo of Hulk in there, and who's to say that's not like either Edward Norton or the other guy? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to necessarily be like
when he fought Wolverine.
Yeah. And then they had that little moment.
I mean,
who's to say that's not?
That was Eric Bana.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was Edward Norton.
I'm going Eric Bana.
Maybe it was Mark Ruffalo.
Let's hope it was Mark Ruffalo and he stayed there.
Oh.
He don't come back to the 616 because that wasn't in our shit.
Anyway, I liked the movie. It was pretty cool. It made me think about multiverses a lot, how trivial it could be.
Yeah. So
also fucking
Jamal
Human Torch.
7.3.857382 score.
0.14.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a straight up 7. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I'm giving it a straight up 7 is because I do love the movie. I love the cameos. I love all the shit that dropped.
Yeah.
The only problem that I'm gonna say that my pros and cons, right, is the movie is a little short on like real plot, and it's short on like the real dramatic, because like the movie bring you into some scenes where you're like, oh, this is like supposed to be dramatic, but what happens is like you almost don't give a fuck because you're like, bro, it's some of the other shit happening. Niggas making jokes, shit, man. I don't give a fuck about your saying shit, bro. Get that shit out of here. So it's like that was the
be
one.
Funny.
Yeah, bro. Like, cause you expecting, in the sad part, you was expecting them to say something funny.
Yeah.
So it's like that was my only issue, I think, that I had with the movie. But other than that, it was a dope ass movie.
Yeah.
And like I said, I give it a straight up 7. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a comeback movie for Marvel for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they done dropped some dog shit out here in the past.
This man.
Case in point, Secret Invasion. That's all I got to say.
Okay, that wasn't really too good, but the spotlight of that was Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
And he's usually the spotlight of any movie he's in.
Well, Sam, you did your shit, bro. Thank you for holding that one thing together, because nothing else, that nobody else in that movie was believable at all.
That's what.
Niggas was garbaggio. So
y'all did not win with Daenerys being in it, bitch.
Yeah, right. All right, everybody. We have reached the end of this episode. I know we're going to talk about SDCC, but that was just so you could hear us talk about Wolverine and Deadpool. And we're going to talk about, on the next episode, a lot about SDCC. We're going to talk about RDJ. We're going to talk about Avengers. We're going to talk about the fucking, I wrote FF and I won't say Fast and Furious, but no, we're going to talk about
the Fantastic Four.
Fuck yeah. Okay, everybody. Thank you for listening to the episode. Don't forget, you can check us out everywhere. You can check me out, Nate Jaxon. Or Nathan Jackson, Jaxon. Don't forget the Jaxon. Okay, not like the other ones.
Because he's adventurous.
Yeah. Right. And you can check my YouTube channel out, which I'm sure you probably are listening to this podcast probably on that.
Yep.
But you also can go listen to us on Spotify.
Yep.
You can listen to us on Google Podcasts.
Yep.
Apple Podcasts.
Yep.
Stitcher.
Yep.
And a bunch of other ones. Oh, Amazon Podcast.
Podbean too.
Yeah, Podbean. A bunch of other shit. Go listen to us. Go check us out. Don't be lame. Be awesome. Be cool.
Be an ash can boy.
And stuff like that. Yeah. I almost said something. I'm just gonna say real quick. Shout out to Latoya because I almost said your phrase. Right, be awesome on purpose, and that's all I'm gonna say.
True shit.
Go follow Jamal. Jamal, tell him where to be.
I'm here. You can follow me the Blue Jay on Instagram. That's BLOOJAY, and I'm on Kara, same name. I'm fucking my art's everywhere, so go find me somewhere. J Rock Jamal, J Rock Arts, Jay's Comics.
All right, yo, that's what it is. My name is Nate Jaxon, aka Overspaceman.
I'm J Rock Jamal.
And the motherfucking place to be.
Let's go.